are here at the Mammoth Film Festival. Next to me is the talented Brendan Gabriel Murphy. He's a writer, director, producer. You have a really cool sci-fi sort of short film meets music video. It's called 7 Truths.
So yes, it's definitely a short film music video.
Yeah.
And then there's like a big action sequence at the
Epic.
Yeah. It feels pretty epic, right?
It does.
I'm very proud of it. I think it's got a very unique style. It's very like a Brave New World, very anti-government, kind of how I felt about the world at the moment, and it's very rebellious.
Even though it's a short, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. It's like a little mini movie. The character's name is Aiko 99. It's played by Erica Holland, and so this character is kind of like a revolutionary.
Cool.
So she's kind of a misfit, and and it's in a world where you can barely you're not allowed to think or feel anymore, and it's all about the 7 truths of humanity. You have to follow these rules, and if you don't follow these rules, literally they end your life. So how she's like half female, half cyborg, and she still has that humanistic, side of her, and she expresses herself through this interpretive dance through it, and she's being hunted down, but she's also like this kind of anarchist. It features the artist Kauf. He's an electronic artist. He's very talented. I saw him on a festival here in LA, and I was like, I gotta work with this guy. So I pitched him this crazy concept. It's very funky. It's very sci-fi, but it has a lot of interpretive dance in it.
You were recently in Amsterdam doing a project, a huge ad campaign with KANE watches. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life. I love Europe, and Amsterdam is one of my favorite cities in Europe. And I had met someone who was about a year before who was starting a new watch brand.
Oh, cool.
And he and I befriended each other, and when he was ready to do an ad, he had seen 7 Truths, and he was like, hey, I want to do something kind of crazy and different and unique. So I was like, okay.
You were like, I'm your guy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do the typical ad. That's not really what I'm into right now. I like the more integrated brand marketing around story. So I pitched in this crazy concept, which had to do with, combining the past with the future. So it was, in a very neo-noir sense. So I kind of researched a lot of my favorite noir movies from the 40s and combined it with a futuristic tone. And I did this really crazy, wild ad, and we just released it the other day. It's a short film. It's about 4 minutes. And I'm really, really incredibly proud of it. I mean, we got to shoot in the canals of Amsterdam, shut the canals down. We we shot on the Skinny Bridge, which is the most famous bridge in Amsterdam, which was nice. We had that full control of that bridge. It's a beautiful bridge, and I had great talent. And my brother shot that one as well, so he was out there with me. And also my girlfriend Kaylee, she came out as well, and she did all the hair and makeup. So it was great being surrounded by my girlfriend, my brother, and then I had a whole Dutch team, and they were awesome. My first time working with a European team, and everybody just worked their tail off. It was just so much fun. It was all night shoots, but it was like one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It
looks really good. It's really well done, and what I love about your work is, well, I'm one of your biggest fans, by the way. I've known this guy for years, but your directing style is very unique. Like when I watch the KANE stuff, the ad campaign, and when I watch 7 Truths, you're like, oh, that's a Brendan production. That
means a lot.
We see your style. So my question is, did you plan out to sort of have a specific style with your directing, or is that something that came naturally?
I think you have to grow into your style. It takes time. Like I'm actually turning 40 this year, so I've been doing this for a while now. I started doing short films. I did a feature, and you have to really find your voice. It takes time to find your voice. And I never consider myself a filmmaker. I consider myself an artist. Because I love painting as much as I love filmmaking. So I look at it from an art perspective, and once you start finding your voice and you start finding your style, you got to kind of stick with it, and that's the hardest thing to do as a filmmaker is finding your style. In fact, the best advice I ever got was from Danny Boyle. I went to the premiere of 125 hours? 124 hours? 127. Off by 2 numbers.
We got it.
Off by 2 numbers. I went to the premiere of that, and at the after party, he was just hanging around talking to people, and I waited for a while, and I cornered him. I was very drunk. But I was like, I am cornering this guy. He's one of my favorite directors, and Trainspotting is one of my favorite movies. And I was like, do you have any advice for an upcoming filmmaker? Sure. And he said the most important thing about directing is finding your voice, finding your style. Without your style, you're just a clone of everybody else. So now I'm really trying to hone my style and find it and do, I hope, something different and unique.